Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review, and today we're looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku Exclusive Edition. This figure is currently only available at San Diego Comic-Con, so basically eBay, and I believe Ageless Geeks had a couple in stock still. Don't know if they will have them for long, if they will have them when this video goes up. But yeah, this guy is retailing on the aftermarket for about $140, so just be aware of that. I have no idea if it will be up on P Bandai. I have to give a huge shout out though to my friend Charlie for picking this up for me at the convention. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it here. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for that. So thanks for that. Anyways, let's start off with the effect piece. He comes with the aura, which looks amazing. It does look really good. The gradient from white to yellow-ish. It's like a greenish yellow. It's translucent. Looks really nice. It's heavy. I will say that right now. A little back heavy. If it's not on an even surface, or if you kind of push it too hard, not even that hard, but just right, it will tend to want to fall backwards because of the way it is shaped. And it does have 4 lightning effects for the Super Saiyan 2 lightning. It looks really good. Plugging them in is easy. They're on a ball peg. You can kind of manipulate them just a little bit, and it's really easy to know where they go. You don't really need the instructions. Basically, in the packaging, they are on the top left, top right, bottom right, and that's basically where you're going to be plugging them in on the aura itself. So there you go. You don't have to look at the instructions. Just put them in the way they are placed in the package. And yeah, again, it looks cool. Getting Goku in there isn't too difficult, but you do have to maneuver him a little bit because of the lightning. Again, like I said, it is a little back heavy, so just a little bit of a movement and it will fall over. So we're going to put this away for the rest of the review. But yeah, it's a nice weight. The back of it is basically all white, yellow, translucent. Looks really nice. Does it justify the $70 price point? Probably not, but we're going to get more into that in a second. So aside from that, the figure does come with a good amount of accessories, the hands you would expect for a SH Figuart Goku, including a pair of fists, a pair of blasting hands, a pair of instant transmission hands, a pair of Kamehameha hands, Goku's signature posing hands. Aside from that, he does come with 4 faces, which includes a kind of stern, serious face, a smiling, smirking face that looks really good, a teeth-gritted, kind of concerned-looking face, I guess you could say, and a yelling face that, again, looks really nice as well. I will add that the halo is removable if you pull up, just like that. When you first remove it, it might be a little bit harder than that, but it does come off. You can put it in if you do it right, anyway. But yeah, there you go. Goes in, comes off, so you can have that there. And yes, so aesthetic-wise, this figure is basically on the same body as the full-powered Super Saiyan Goku, though with the shirt being torn from his battle with Yakon. So I will say that for an exclusive edition figure, this one doesn't have too much shading. Not compared to the full-power Super Saiyan Goku, where his pants were definitely shaded heavily and everything. He has more of a light shading on like kind of the knees and stuff. The shirt doesn't really have anything. The upper sleeves maybe just a little bit, but again, it's really subtle, really minimal on that front. It's not too much, which makes me think that probably in the future, even if it's a few years down the line, maybe we'll get a color exclusive version of him that will go up on P Bandai, or I could be proven wrong and this one will end up on P Bandai eventually anyway. Who knows? I honestly have no idea. So, sorry about that. Of course, the main thing here is that it is a Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and we've been waiting for years for Super Saiyan 2 Goku. They really like to ignore this form for some reason. It's one of the coolest looking forms, especially from Dragon Ball Z. I love it. I think, you know, the hair and everything on it looks amazing. I think they did a great job with the hair sculpt, with the face sculpts on this figure. The golden, shiny hair, it looks really good. I really like it. Of course, you know, it being the nice, shiny gold hair means that it doesn't really fit in with your other Gokus too much because, well, let's face it, those ones are matted paint and this one is, again, shiny, but it looks really nice. I really like it, and the shirt torn effect looks alright. It's not great, it's not bad, it is what it is. Skin tone wise, it is a little bit different than a couple of the other Gokus, but not too much that you wouldn't be able to mix and match. And here's some head swaps on different Goku bodies. I do have the event exclusive Ultra Instinct Sign and the Resurrection F ones, but unfortunately they're not open, so I didn't put them in here, but I feel like they should at least fit on those ones as they fit on the other ones, though Resurrection F might be off color, considering the final 2 in this set are very off color as well. Now let's get on to quality control here, which for the most part the figure feels fine. Joint wise anyway, the figure feels fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything falling apart. I know Krillin had his knee come off, I believe, and I think mine did the same thing. I didn't review it, but I do have it. Let's see. Arms feel solid, nothing super stuck, nothing like Bardock where, you know, the joints were really rough or anything. Pretty much the figure is pretty solid. I'll say that right now. The biggest issue though is, and I believe some of the other Gokus have this issue, is when you look down, it starts to split from the head. So you can't really look down that well, which is the most disappointing thing because I know some of the other Gokus can do it. Some of the older ones. I don't know why they can't fix that. The neck, if it could move just a little bit more, would be nicer. I would like him to have like a better looking down pose. Not too much, but like something like that would be great without it splitting. So that's a little disappointing. He can look up really well. The neck does move very freely on that kind of motion right there. And there is a hinge, which is similar to the hinge on the hands right here where you move it up and down like that. So there's one like that in the neck right there. So he does have good head movement. He can, you know, move it left and right and everything. We'll run through that in a second. But the biggest QC issues, I guess, sprue marks on the arms right here, which look like he has scarring. Yeah, usually they're kind of more hidden than that. Usually I wouldn't complain about sprue marks, but it's really obvious, especially on this arm. And it's something I wish they would kind of clean up better. If I take a knife to it, I might be able to whittle it down if I'm careful enough not to go too deep. But yeah, on the other one, it's minimal. You can't see it as much, but on the right hand, you can definitely see the sprue mark right there, which is a little bit disappointing. I do have a blue dot right there. I think one of the faces actually might have had a blue dot, which I thought was kind of odd considering where did the paint come from, considering I can understand the arm here with all the blue and everything around it, but on the face you think, okay, that's manufactured separately. How'd you get a drop of blue paint on there? But aside from that, and I guess there's a blue drop of paint right here, which definitely isn't just going to come off easy. Not a bad figure, but again, is it worth really the $70 or the 140 plus that I think most people are going to end up paying? Probably not. You know, just logically, I guess probably not. I like it. You know, I'm happy I have it. I'm happy I don't have to pay extra prices. Again, thank you to my friend. But yeah, I do feel like it should be cheaper, maybe closer to the $50 mark, considering, you know, it is more or less the same body as the other Goku. And we are getting a nice aura effect, but the aura effects usually go for, what, $15 to $20 at the most. So yeah, it shouldn't be that much. I get, you know, new shirt, cool, but I mean, come on, it's not that big of a deal. Premium paint though, so I'll give them that, I guess. Yeah, so again, quality control wise, it's decent, but you know, expect what you're gonna expect. It's not gonna be perfect. I can see a little bit of a sprue mark right there on the foot where it meets, but it's not too obvious. Yeah, just it is what it is. I like the figure. I'm gonna try not be biased here, but obviously, you know, people have complained about Tamashii Nations lately with their Figuart line, you know, where it's being produced and everything. Yes, there's issues, but hopefully they will be improving. That's all I can say. And I am glad I have this figure. Again, the blue on the arm kind of annoys me though, because it's definitely visible. But anyways, moving on with articulation, it's what you expect. Again, if you have any of the other Gokus, you can look up, can kind of look down. Of course, like I said, if he looks too far down, his head will start to pop off. He can tilt left and right, look left and right, and everything. I will say, again, if you're going to do some head swapping with him, be careful because he does have the smaller peg. I wish they had kept the bigger pegs like they have with Majin Vegeta, because it, you know, just it helps not break as easy, something a little bit bigger and everything. This being the smaller peg, yeah, it gives you that chance of breaking. But I will say, it's not, this, don't get me wrong, this isn't like on defense or anything, but if it does break, at least I know I can just pick up one of the other Gokus, like the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku or something from Walmart, and I guess take his joint and put it on there. It's a pretty expensive fix, but it's better than spending, I guess, the money for another figure. Not something I should have to do. Hopefully Tamashii Nations maybe does like a peg replacement, I don't know, but yeah, if that breaks on you, maybe try doing something like that. Again, just be careful. Anyways, arms. If I can get this right, something like that, which again isn't the greatest, but you can manipulate the arms enough to have them go up more, rotate all the way around. It's what you expect from your Figuarts right there. Rotation there, rotation at the upper arm. double jointed elbows that do pretty darn good. I feel like that could go more. Yeah, something like that. Rotation at the wrist, hinge in whichever direction you feel like putting the peg in. For the body, you can lean back, lean forward, lean left, lean right. If you haven't seen it though, there is a mod to basically cut a clip so he can lean a little bit more. Can kick forward, you can kick back. Legs can go outwards about that much. And if you move them like that, maybe just a little bit more. It does have rotation at the upper leg right there. Double jointed knee that does good. Again, still the knees that a lot of people don't like, but it is what it is, I guess. Rotation and pivots at the foot and little toe articulation right there. So yeah, it's nothing new, it's nothing groundbreaking. It is an exclusive edition. It's basically like an event exclusive edition where they basically take, you know, the body of a figure and paint him up and give him something new. Yeah, it's what you expect, honestly. So don't expect anything new or amazing, but expect what you are getting. And again, the main draw for this, for a lot of people, is going to be the Super Saiyan 2 head. So in case anyone's wondering what I was talking about, that's the peg right there. There's a peg inside here that stops him from leaning forward all the way. It does create a gap, but I just, you know, gives you more articulation. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. But here is compared to Majin Vegeta and the Saiyan rays on Earth Goku. And you can see here is basically the same height as the Saiyan rays on Earth Goku, more or less. Bigger than Vegeta. They all look really good. My only complaint here would be the fact that they messed up when they gave us this Vegeta and didn't give us the Super Saiyan 2 hair for one. And they gave us two of the same face and they never corrected that mistake. So hopefully a premium color version of him will be coming at some point now that we have this Goku. Though because this Goku is, again, an exclusive edition, I don't know how long it'll take. But it would be nice to see a, you know, I guess, colored version, whatever they want to call it, on P Bandai or just some other type of release with the Super Saiyan 2 hair. And then another Vegeta here. He definitely is due for, not really an upgrade because the body isn't that bad, but just an upgrade in terms of, you know, new head sculpt, maybe better paint. We'll love to see that maybe in the future. I feel like a lot of people have wish lists for this line and they're like, you know, it's never going to happen. And a few years later, it finally does. So it might take a long time, but they might eventually get there. Next up here he is next to Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You can see here that the Super Saiyan 3 hair is a different tone of yellow, while the Super Saiyan 2 one is honestly more white yellow. And I actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it because it reminds me more of the anime where the hair wasn't necessarily, you know, yellow. It was more of a white color with kind of yellowing highlights, and that's what they captured here with the hair. So honestly, the more I look at it, the more I really like it. And it just, yeah, it's definitely a lot more accurate to the anime. Like I said, looks really good. And here he is next to Babidi and the original release of Majin Buu. You can see here Majin Buu does tower over Goku. Very hard to get him to stand. And the, yeah, they look good together. They did just release him at Comic-Con as well. The premium version of him looked cool and all, but I didn't need it because I have this one. That's all I got to say about that, but looks good. If you do the head swap with the other Goku whose shirt isn't torn from the full power one, you can definitely recreate a good scene with these guys. And yeah, just glad to have a Super Saiyan 2 Goku and figures kind of go along with him already, which is honestly really nice. Anyways, that'll pretty much do it on my Super Saiyan 2 Son Goku action figure. I will say that, you know, it is a nice looking figure. Don't expect, again, anything groundbreaking. It is essentially the same as the full power Goku, same body up except for the chest and obviously the hair and faces and everything. Don't get me wrong, I do really like it. The hair looks amazing. Super Saiyan 2 is one of my favorite forms for Goku. It's one of my favorite Super Saiyan forms in general, just because, I don't know, something about it, something about the way the hair is, the electricity, it's just one of those really badass looking forms. So really love that. Love that he has the halo. Love that the hair is basically white and gold. Very similar to how I imagine it in the show and remember it and everything. The electricity and the effects and everything look really nice. $70, still a little high, but not bad. $140, well, that's kind of the going rate right now. I can't say if it'll go up or down. I can't say if it will be back on something like P Bandai at some point or not, because again, I haven't found any official announcement on that, unfortunately. So it's really at your discretion if you want to pick up this figure or not. There are definitely a lot of head alternatives, and I can almost guarantee that someone is working on a head alternative and probably a shirt alternative for a knockoff figure. Not that I condone that really, but it's probably something someone out there is working on. So there is other options, but for me, I'm glad I have this figure. I think it looks really good. And aside from the face falling off really easy when he looks down or tries to look down, it's a good figure. It's almost a deal breaker in the fact that his head kind of keeps doing that. It really almost is, because it's definitely annoying, but hopefully it's just something that they fix in the future. I don't want to like kind of defend the company or anything. It's something that definitely shouldn't be on this figure, especially for the price point or any of the figures. But it is what it is at this moment. So again, buy at your discretion in the aftermarket if you have to. But there we go with the review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really know what else I can add here, but any questions and I will try to answer them in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.